Well, hello everybody and brightest blessings. Great to be back at one with you once again. I really have missed you guys. It has been a long and treacherous journey for me over the past. I am doing really good on my test of being coming back in really good shape. I'm supposed to be in remission as far as where the cancer is concerned. And I've been out walking and I'm up to 2 miles of being able to walk at one time. And I feel good about that. I feel like I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do to put myself where I want to be. But I really have missed you guys, and it's good being back here on the show. I guess it's been, what, 3 months since I've made a video whatsoever? And so I've really been looking forward to this. Well, today I want to cover some questions that have been posed to me since I have been out of commission. And I want to start with one that's been very recent. And this person has written to me. She feels that she wasn't brought up from a family of witches. Things weren't passed down to her. And that the gifts weren't inherent to her from birth. But she would still like to be able to practice magic, and she says even if she can't do the magic. Well, for one thing, I would like to say that regardless of whether you're born into magic in this life or not, it does not decide whether you are a witch or not. As a matter of fact, you could have been born to a family of witches way back in past lives. You could be a heretic witch from lives past, but it just hasn't, or is just beginning to surface up in this life through your wish to be around things of this nature. And it does seem to be coming up inside of you. Well, that's good. Your true self is starting to manifest itself regardless of the fact that you're not in the surroundings you would typically be to have all of this put towards you. So, you know, I mean, your true ways will always have its way. I feel that if you are drawn into magic as deeply as you are, then there has to be a reason for it. And that could be that you were a heretic witch way back in your past. It could be that you are in this life, but maybe it skipped several generations and you don't know about those that were witches within your blood family today. It may simply be that you have a very extreme interest in it and you're wanting to learn of it. And because you're learning of it, you can get deep enough into it. And if your faith is strong enough, you can make anything happen, including magic. All you need to do is learn and practice and have faith in it, and you will build the magic within yourself. I don't believe that magic belongs to any specific person, but that it belongs to everyone, and that you can do it. I feel that this is very, very important, and setting up an altar periodically, no matter whether it's just a cup of tea, a candle, and an incense, it's something. You're getting in touch with those higher beings, and you're concentrating on building that for yourself. Now, other people are asking me questions regarding, and this is how they actually put it. I have been praying for 3 months. I have been on the Wiccan path for 3 months. And I'm trying hard reading about the gods and the goddesses, but I haven't called to mine, or I haven't had them call to me. Well, do you know that I have been practicing for over 34 years? And over that amount of time, I had deities added to me, sometimes years apart, and my most recent ones added to me were in, let's see, 2008, okay? You never fully have all your deities added to you at one time. You never do. Your deities come to you or call to you, or you choose them over a great deal of time. 3 months is just not enough for you to have the knowledge and wisdom that it takes to decide what deities you should be calling to. It's important for you to know who you are. It's important to know what you believe in, and even more important for you to believe, to know what you don't believe in, or what you don't feel good about. It's important for you to decide how you would like to undertake your path, whether it's in the light way or in the dark way. It's important for you to read, I don't know how many books on every pathway of religion: Buddhism, shamanism, druidry, witchcraft, Christianity. It is important for you to read on all of these things, and this will help you to decide who you are. You know, and if you've already read on some of these, that's fine and dandy. How do you feel about it? And when you read about the things that you haven't read on, the pathways you haven't read on, how do you feel about those? How do you feel about it in correspondence with yourself? That's going to be what will build the core of you as a spiritual follower, as a spiritual entity, and maybe even a spiritual guider. You know, you have to rely on all of these knowledges and wisdoms to get to who you are going to be. Being on any pagan path, being on any religious path is hard work. You cannot lay around and let everybody else do it for you. And God knows I've had, I don't know how many students that were using me as a walking dictionary, because no matter how many times I said, crack this book and read this, and that chapter, and then we're going to talk about it on the next meeting, and only one person out of God knows how many actually read it. And this tells me, you know, and then they would turn up in my business asking me questions based around matters that I've already covered and that the chapters that I gave them would have told them. And it told me that all they were wanting was a walking dictionary, and I cannot be that for them. I try to be that for people on video because I only have to cover it once, and if anybody asks me the same question, I say refer to the videos. You know, but it's hard work. It's something you have to want for yourself, and you can't be a lazy pagan. You are supposed to be a wise one. The wise one. That is what the term pagan, witchcraft, Wicca is about. It's about being the wise one. And if you are going to be the wise one, it entails that you are going to do studies. And I'll tell you another thing. The amount of study that you're willing to initiate will tell your teachers, will tell the people around you, as to whether you're going to make it or not. You know, you can't rely on everybody else's information. You can't hope to just watch a video and gain everything that you ever hoped that you would know. You can't do it. You can watch videos, you can get information from them, and you could build a path around yourself, for yourself. And I don't know how many times I've said this. Your path is your own. And anybody out there can agree with me as much as you want to. Okay? But spirituality has shifted and changed and pulled and stretched in so many different ways that it's abstract as hell. And you can make it out to be whatever it is you want. The only ways that this can't happen is if there have been writings that have been compounded together and placed on you so heavily that you do not feel that you can variate away from that. Now, in my channel, I have Christians that watch this channel and appreciate the things that I say. I have druids and shamans, I have witches, I have everybody that watches this channel, and though it is entitled Witchcraft Wicca, this channel is actually based on eclectic spirituality, and I believe in any and all paths as being valid. And I try to help any and all. And that's who we are supposed to be as wise ones. I mean, that's just the way it's supposed to be. And if we feel that we have to be a total asshole when somebody asked us a question, and trust me, I've seen a lot of that online. People are hiding behind their computers and they feel ballsy enough to say whatever they want, and generally they aim for the negative. And I'm trying to teach positive people here, and I get a lot of negative, but I push it away. The fact of the matter is that if you really want the knowledge and wisdom, you're going to grab it. If you are out there trolling people and then ending it on the phrase, blessed be, I'm sorry, you are not the witch. You are not the wise one. You are not the peacemaker. And you can live in your own dark, little, demented world as much as you want to and believe how you want. But there are not going to be too many people that are going to be wanting to be around you. And if there are, they're going to be dark. And you are definitely going to go into the dark side of magical practice. Now, this isn't meant to be a rant thing, and I'm not trying to rant. In my opinion, I feel that I'm being very direct, and I've got a lot housed up in here, so maybe I'll put a good deal of videos out there. I was even debating on whether I was going to do another video or not because of the trolls that like to stalk the channel here, as well as any others. It's hard to believe there are so many people that are worth giving the information to. You know. And I love imparting this wisdom on other people. I've always been a firm believer in putting myself into a positive place. And if any place is anything other than positive, then I just don't choose to be there. Anyway, this has been Lady Leeanna with another edition of Wicca for today, and I may be changing the name in the future to reflect that it's eclectic spirituality. I don't know. Tell me what you feel about that in the discussion boards below, if you will, and I'll try to address you on it as soon as possible. Really, it is so good being back and talking to you guys. I feel so good, and maybe that right there will drive me to doing this some more. You take care of yourself and merry part. Bye-bye.